Bernie Sanders has been hospitalized for a routine procedure following chest pains. This from Politico. Bernie Sanders experienced chest discomfort during a campaign event Tuesday evening and had 2 stents inserted to address a blockage in an artery, his campaign announced. Senator Sanders is conversing and in good spirits. He will be resting up over the next few days, senior advisor Jeff Weaver said in a statement Wednesday. We are canceling his events and appearances until further notice, and we will continue to provide appropriate updates. Ethan Weiss, a cardiologist at the University of California, San Francisco, said the stent procedure Sanders underwent typically is not anything I would get too excited about, calling it mostly a nuisance. Weiss, who did not diagnose Sanders, added, unless I'm missing something dramatic, he should be in the hospital 1 or 2 days, and he should be fine. So, that's the news. This is making like headlines everywhere as if it's a big deal when it really isn't. Now, obviously, yes, it's going to be news when a presidential candidate is in the hospital, but this is just standard. And Sean King, who's endorsed Bernie Sanders, had this as an update. Bernie is doing very well. I just spoke with the family. They are just glad he caught it. He's already feeling so much better and is having to be held back by everybody to not just get right back on the campaign trail. He is relentless and fit and did all of this with a heart blockage. So this is the other point that really needs to be stressed here. Nobody in the race right now is working as hard as Bernie Sanders is. He's doing multiple events a day. He's meeting all kinds of people, whether he's joining the front lines of unions that are striking, or whether he's speaking to people at various campaign events, whether he's showing up on television to talk about his campaign. I mean, he's been everywhere every day campaigning his butt off. So for this to happen, I mean, look, this is obviously not good news. I mean, let's not pretend it's great news that Bernie's in the hospital. But this isn't something to be worried about. So this is Bernie Sanders at 78. Bill Clinton, when Bill Clinton was 58, he had a similar but more dramatic heart procedure. So this from Politico. On this day in 2004, which was September 6th, 2004, Bill Clinton, who left the White House in 2001 after serving 2 terms in the presidency, underwent a 4-hour quadruple bypass operation at the Columbia campus of New York Presbyterian Hospital. He was discharged 4 days after his procedure, and he returned to his suburban home in Chappaqua in New York's Westchester County. A team of surgeons led by Dr. Craig R. Smith, the hospital's chief cardiothoracic surgeon, found extensive signs of heart disease, with blockages in some of Clinton's arteries at well over 90%. The team removed 2 arteries from his chest and a vein from the leg and attached them to arteries serving the heart, detouring around the blockages. So, something a lot more dramatic happened to Bill Clinton in 2004, and he was good after 4 days. So I just want to put this in perspective because there's a lot of, I've seen the headlines. If you look up the headlines, Bernie Sanders hospitalized. Like it sounds super dramatic if you don't include the fact that this is a routine procedure. Now, I want to give The View actually a bit of a shout out here. So I usually am on them for a lot of their crap, but in this case, I think they shared this news in a way that was, factual and also kind.
We have some breaking news that was just released. Bernie Sanders was hospitalized after chest discomfort at a campaign event. And doctors found he had some artery blockage, and they put in a couple of stents, and he's resting comfortably. And we, of course, are sending him our best. But this is, whenever you're out working, whatever you're doing, and if you don't feel right, you gotta check yourself. This can happen to anyone. I know. This is not because he's a certain age. This is, if you're not taking good care of yourself, you gotta make sure that you're going and seeing what needs to be done, because it's a lot.
But I have so much respect for politics aside, everyone running right now, how grueling a campaign is in the 24-hour news cycle. We talk about it every day, but with Twitter, everything else, I have so much respect for everyone out there that's putting their life and putting their families through this, because it's tough.
And he's been working hard. He's been working hard for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Just sending him love and prayers to his family.
Yeah.
It's just rough.
So we got you, B.
So credit where it's due. They didn't focus on his age because this isn't really an age issue. As I showed you, Bill Clinton, when he was 58, had a much more serious procedure. But yeah, didn't focus on his age and just, sent him positive vibes. So I'm all for that. Understand this is a routine procedure, and in a few days, he'll be just fine.